Hello, 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 hello. Welcome to Spiritual Ranch. I am no way, the off-grid oracle. And it is a beautiful, beautiful day out here. Look at that color of the sky. Oof, just beautiful. We got rain, you know. But anyhow, this little guy's really excited. So hey, little guy, say hi to everybody, little guy. Say hi, everybody. Here. Yep. Oh, he dropped his treat in the mud puddle. He don't care. Good. Ready? Hey, sit. Show me how you can sit. No, you don't sit very good. Hey, show me how you can sit, little guy. Sit. You know how to sit. I teach you that, remember? You can play fetch. No, it's wet. Sit. Sit. Sit, little guy. On your butt. Sit. Sit, sit, sit. He ain't gonna sit. Sitting's not really his thing. He's active. He's sheepdog. Like I said, he's shepherd. He don't want to sit around. But fucking deer got in here and knocked my gate down. I didn't get anything. Not even one freaking tomato, man. That's spiritual attack, you guys. It's real, but the way that we get away around it, you know, is we be like water, like ducks, like water off a duck's ass. Just don't let it affect us, you know. And so, anyways, today's gonna be a little bit different video because I'm gonna take y'all for a little walk here on the Spiritual Ranch over to the property I keep talking about that's adjacent to mine. So y'all can see what I'm working with, you know. I keep talking about it. I keep threatening to do this, you know. And so, I mean, a little bit. This is one side of the property. This was like the northeastern flank of the property, basically. And so I'm gonna kind of go down through. There's like another lot that's vacant next to me. We'll straddle it just a little bit, but I'm gonna show y'all kind of how pretty it is out here. You know, out in the Spiritual Ranch. Rocks too. I got more. I'll show you more of the rocks. They don't look like much out here when they're just raw like that. This is some of the best water in the wintertime. This little spring right here, it dries up in that now. But when we get more rain, that one right there, it's the one the little guy likes to drink out of. So that kind of tells me that that's the best water out here, you know, because he knows. Also, it'd be cool if we could find some mushrooms out here right now. It's that time of year. It's been raining really hard, you know. There'll probably be some little different ones out here and there. But this, cause see, that's why I'm always talking about this look right there. That's the metal ores, the metallic ores. You know, it's a very rich area that I live in here, as far as that goes. There's a lot of metals in here. I had it tested. I sent a couple samples, to the college. And they looked at it and they said, yeah, it had like nickel and all kinds of stuff in it. But there's some nice big slabs. These are cool. I don't know what to call these, but they're really cool. They're like quartz, see? And they're cool. There's a bunch of really cool rocks right in here. I've done some digging around in here. I found some really dope crystals right in here. Actual crystals. But you can see there's like a lot of this, you know. It's a lot of the, I call it hydraulically, you know, it's like from water because it's like all bubbly. See, petroleum is what they call like some material like this, but how it has the holes in it, like this has the holes in it because it's formed epithermal. That's the word I was looking for. It's epithermal. See, all this is an epithermal, you know. That's jade, I think that's conglomerate, like a jade, you know, little pieces of jade in it and stuff. And this is some black slate right here. So this is where the belt, it kind of changes here. Because like over here, I was going to show you guys. I always talk also about out here. I got that big ass. Oh, here's some mushrooms. Look at these. These are cool. I don't think they're edible though, but they're really pretty. See, I can't remember what they call them. I don't think these ones are. I can't remember what they call those, but they're cool, right? They're pretty cool. Pretty. A lot of stuff out here like that. Okay. Actually, I think down in here there's a big ass. I got a big reishi in one of these trees here. If I remember right, I might have harvested it though. Can't remember. But anyways, welcome to the Spiritual Ranch. We're just taking a little forest walk here for those of you, I guess, who can't go out and run around out in the forest like I do all the time, you know. You come out here and have a little walk with me. Let's show you some of this cool stuff. See, where's that big? So I was saying, big quartz outcrop. A lot of really hard stuff in here too. That's a lot harder than quartz, and so I'm not exactly sure, but it's like beryl and stuff, I think. There's a big old slab of quartz right here, or whatever it is. See, it's kind of cool. This whole outcrop is that way. See, big old outcrop of quartz. See, it's all like that up here too. Very cool, right? I found some cool stuff in here. One of my parts trucks. Gotta have them. If you're gonna own 4 pickups, you want to own about 5 of them. But like you can see, this one here, it's really shiny. See, it's like that hard stuff. It has like that sparkle in it. It's a little bit different than quartz. You know, you see. I don't know. If you know anything about rocks, you know, hit me in the comment section, because I got all kinds of crazy stuff out here. I don't even know what any of it is. Like, that's a heart. Kind of cool. Big C too is dirty quartz. It's not just clean quartz either, you know. It's like there is like stuff in here. This one's really cool. See the lines in it? Man, that's really cool. See? Little spirit, see? Little angel. Little guy, let's go. And so like right here, I'm kind of, this is the lot that's next to mine. Mine's a 20 acres. This is a raw 20 acres. There's 20 acres right here, but it's landlocked because the road comes through my property. But it's all messed up right now, so it'd be really expensive for them to build a road. And there's no other easement coming into it. And so it's kind of one of them. The lady's kind of like, I mean, man, a couple years ago, she was looking at, wanting to let it go for like 70, I think, or 80 or something like that. I'm pretty sure she'd take probably 50 or 60 right now. That's what I'm working for. But there's that big old magnetite, see? It's magnetite and hematite. It's very friable, this is though. So it's like conglomerate kind of. But I do believe that it is magnetite and hematite. It's very cool. It's so cool, actually. See? A lot of the stuff like this out here. That's really cool. And then over there, like this too. This one over here is magnetite as well. And like this is some greenstone. I think this is just like quartz, like anamorphous altered quartz. But this stuff over here is cool too, because what I want to do, this is my property, now we're back on my property. But you see this stuff's really pretty. See, that's beautiful, you know. That's ironstone right there. I want to cut slabs of it and or like collect these. Like this is really pretty too, see? It's all sparkly. But I want to collect these flat pieces, because see, there's a bunch of them out here. They're like this whole outcrop, this stuff that's like this. And I want to do pavers, you know, do an outdoor shower. I want to do all kinds of cool stuff, because see, it's layered. You can see right here, see, it's layered. And so I could pry those layers apart, and I could have a bunch of really cool natural tile for doing whatever I want to do, you know. Or like if I had a big saw, I could cut it and it'd be like that, look like that, you know. It'd be really pretty. It would be really, really pretty. And see, there's a bunch of it. It's all like that. This whole outcrop is like that. And this is magnetite, you know, or hematite, ironstone. And so iron is like, they say gold rides an iron horse, you know. But see, these big flat ones, like these right here, would be so cool for bathroom, for a shower, you know. Cause see, be so cool for pavers, anything. That's how they all are in here. They're flat like that. They're cool. See, there's no spirit in that one. See the angel? Here's the wings. Here's the head. That's how all the spirits look out here. I think they fly up to this way. They're flying that way. If you followed me, I don't know if you follow what I'm saying. I do. So anyways, that's the hematite. Hopefully you all enjoyed this video. I don't know. I am. If I was somebody, I guess, that wasn't able to go out in the forest, and I stumbled onto a little video like this, I think I'd be like, hey, that's cool. That's the forest, you know? But like I said, I am shish, so shish, no way. And that is she who whispers loudly with a sharpened tongue. I'm the Off-Grid Oracle, and this is the spiritual ranch that you are getting a little tour of right now. This little draw right here has got some energy in it. It's kind of weird. It's kind of strange down in here. I always kind of feel like, I don't know, something just heavier. The deeper you go down in here, but it's because it all drops off really, really quick that way. And it turns into, it just goes straight down, you know. It's like, goes down to 500 feet from 3,000 in a really short amount of time. So it's like a hill, it's like a mountain, but this little creek, it's like a series of waterfalls, you know. And so it kind of really drops off very fast. You want to watch it. Like when you leave my house, you gotta be careful, because like even how I've gone downhill like this, it's kind of like a vortex out here, because it's doesn't seem like you're really going very far downhill, but then when you turn around and try to go back uphill, it's like a really long haul going back up. It's kind of interesting. Just like that. There's vortexes out here. One of the ones that's closest to me is called Confusion Hill, and it's out by Garberville. And Confusion Hill, it's like that. Like they have these things where buildings look all crooked, and then they if you stand like one person on one side of a thing, they'll look taller, different than if you switch them, you know. I don't know if that makes any sense, but if you look it up, you can Google Confusion Hill, and you'll understand exactly what I'm talking about. But this little creek right here is loaded with stuff. And another one, they have another one up in Oregon. It's called Mystery Spot, I believe. I'm pretty sure that's what it's called. And a couple other different ones, but they're vortexes, you know. And so you'd have to check them out. Google it if you want to know what I'm talking about. So probably not describing it very good, but it's so beautiful out here. I just love it, you know. It's my home. This thing right here, one winter out here, we got like 5 feet of snow. And it was actually right here. It was right here. I was trying to get a little guy to cross with me, and like he couldn't do it because this river was just raging, you know. I had to save him. He was really strong. I mean, he was really strong about it, because at the time he had hurt his leg. Got hit by a car out here, and he messed up his ACL, you know. And so I had him in like this, had to heal him at home. I didn't take him to the vet because, well, you know, we all know why. He's a good boy, but at the same time, but I know how to heal. And so I had him all doctored up like that with this brace on that I made. But he was just determined to go with me. And he came through all of this in 5 feet of snow. It was pretty impressive. Not 5 feet in all places, but definitely more than 3. Yeah, so this is the spiritual ranch, you guys. I live in God's country. I have to stop, take a little break here. That's more hematite over there. That's another big old outcrop. There's some really cool rocks right here too. You see. I really appreciate all the new likes, subscribes. You know, the subscribes would be great. Like, channel's really growing, you know. That's evidence of how God wants to work in our lives, you know, because that's what I've been trying to represent, you know. I want to be a representative of that. And so I hope that we continue to build this community in a manner that brings that same feeling into all of us that are seeking that right now, because, you know, it's hard not to have an empty vessel these days. It really is. There's a lot of deceit. So you hear the road, you know. Not in the middle of nowhere, but in the middle of nowhere. Thing is with that road is it's busy in the summertime, but in the wintertime there's nobody on it. They use it, but then when it closes, because it's got that big slide, and when that slide happens, then this place is a ghost town, you know. And so I'm kind of praying on that just a little bit. Don't tell nobody. Got some little mushrooms. Little guys are popping. That's how they start, really. The little one right here too. Another little one. That's how they start. Then the big ones will start. I love it. This place ain't quite like Oregon though. Up where I was raised up in Oregon. And it's much better up there. Oregon, we get the we get a lot earlier rains. And they come in, they really get things going though. There's a little something on here though. That's cool. None of these are edible though. They don't have to be cool. And so, yeah, Like, share, subscribe, comment, all that stuff. This ain't my normal format. Usually, if you're gonna tune into my channel, we'll be at the table throwing down with that spiritual warfare, because that's what we do out here on Spiritual Ranch to keep us busy. Somebody's been in here. It's a water line right here. I don't know what that is. Just my neighbors. They're roughing it, those people. But whatever. I was raised that way. I know how it is. Oh, it's look. Look, I passed that one up. What's up with you, little guy? You must be too well fed. That's what I was always told. And so, I wish I could find a mushroom. Oh, there's one right there. Nice. That's a lion's bane. Not generally where I would expect to find one either. But those are very, very, these are good. These are, that might not be a lion's mane either. It might be a bear, but I think it is lion's mane. You can see how it's shaped. That's bonus. I needed some of them because that's it's the hercium is what they call them. You see the slug's been eating it. But those are very medicinal, very, very medicinal. They're good for your brain, for cerebral, and other stuff too. But they're really good for like mental clarity and for like energy. And I think they also have other healing benefits in them, like for cancer and stuff like that, you know. But mainly, it's like for your, it goes well with, pairs well with the ashwagandha, honestly, for just kind of getting everything up, you know, make you feel good, making you feel vibrant, you know. And so that's cool. I just ran out. I want to find another one now. That thing with that mushroom picker, it's addictive. But that's, yeah, I take that, it also gives you longevity, makes you live forever. And same with that reishi. I got a lot of reishi out here, and the reishi also, they say it's the mushroom of longevity, makes you live forever. And so I keep taking that stuff, and I look pretty good, I think, for about 850 years old, I think, or whatever it was. I stopped counting, right? Anyways, try and make this a little bit quicker because I'm gonna go live on doing a live read today at 5, and it's kind of like getting close to that time. I always talk on my channel though. I talk about a mushroom that was on the creek, you know, and that mushroom was right here. It's this one. It fell off the tree though. See, because there's a reishi. See, that's all. It's all. Oh, oops, gotta flip the camera. It was that mushroom. That's reishi. But it was like right here. It was right here on the tree, and I was checking it out, and I was looking at it, and my hair was standing up on my end, you know, because there's so much electricity inside the ground right here from the piezoelectrical activity. Little guy. And so that was really cool. But this is all just so beautiful in here. Now we're coming up to the road. This spot right here too has really excellent rocks in it. Some beautiful, beautiful rocks in here. I got piles of them that I've been, you know, they keep building. But there's a lot of good stuff in here. This one's got a lot of really good stuff. This whole area, it's like right here. There's a big belt. You can't see, but you can see like those rocks. So it cuts right through like a big vein kind of right here. It's got a lot of really good looking stone in it. Okay, so I'm gonna pause this because I gotta get the little guy across the road, and so I'll see you guys on the other side of the road. Pause. All right, we made it. There's another big ass outcrop right here. And so this is the other property. This is the gate to it that I keep talking on, though, that they've been up in here logging and stuff. But it's gonna be abandoned, you know. So I keep talking about that. These guys here, little guy, they put in this culvert, little guy. But I think that this is a temporary, and what I think they're gonna do after they leave is probably take it out, is what I'm assuming. And then this will be landlocked too, you know. But that's just whatever. That's good. Make it easier to acquire. And so it's really beautiful out here, though. I just love it. But anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and get up there. I want to show you guys like the house and everything, kind of explain all what that is, and not make this video too long. There's some more mushrooms. Very cool. Some more over there too. Wish I could find some shit trails. But anyhow, I'm gonna get us up to the house there. You know, sweating, man. I should have wore this sweater. It's actually a lot nicer out here than I thought it was. This sweater's pretty warm too. So okay, we'll see you up there. Okay, made it to the top. That's the other side. Kind of look back. You kind of can see the ranch is right there between those. I don't know if you can see it. It's like right between those trees. You see that white spot? That's the ranch. That's my garden. So, but yeah, so like this place, it was what put into what I've talked about here, which is called abatement. And so the county has kind of this property, like the people who were growing on it were not legals, like they were actually in a different country. And so when it got busted, they just bailed. It wasn't even in but nobody's name. And then the cartel came in here, and they were also doing a little bit of growing here illegally, and they also got busted, and they got ran out of here. And so this is the one that I keep talking about. Those are the this is the water tanks I'm gonna start using because nobody is here, and so I can start using these because it's just been abandoned, you know. It's just been left in like this for the last 3 years, and so it's something I kind of want to be like the same deal with this piece of property that's over here next to it. Last I heard was that this guy was just gonna log it, and then he was gonna not pay taxes on it. And so they've been logging it. And see, it should just, it need to be cleaned up, you know. I mean, it's one of those deals, like, they're really in poor array. But I don't want to go mess around down here too much, but you can see it's the same vibe. Little guy, come. It's the same vibe, you know. It's just abandoned, and they're going to abandon it once they get the logs out of here, because you see they're logging it. And this one, like, also I kind of want to do the same thing, you know. Like I keep saying, there's a house over there. I'll do a tour on this property here another day once they get finished logging it. And it kind of looks ratty what they're doing up here, but in reality it's good. It's supposed to be. Those Doug firs are actually an invasive species, and the oak trees that they're leaving behind are the ones that actually give food. That's how this used to be out here. It was open, and it was all grass and oak trees and an occasional great big giant fir tree, but for the most part it was grass and oak. And so when they came out and they logged it, they overgrazed it, and then they poorly manage it because they don't use fire anymore. That caused all those Doug firs to grow in and then crowd out the oak trees and make the forest unhealthy. And actually that's why we have these big fires out here in California, because of poor management, pure and simple. And so like, that's like all these little trees here. See how they're all like these little ones? They're not supposed to be like that. They should all be out of here, and you would want like one of these kind of like every 30 feet or something with big ass oak trees in between them, because that's what gives the acorns and that's what feeds everything. And then the grass would grow underneath it. But see, there's no feed here, And so you don't have the big herds like we used to, and the ground's not protected when it rains. And so it's just erodes. It filled the rivers full of sediment, and it killed off everything. And that's the problems that we're having right now. And they did that all in the name of chasing after money, you know. Same with these guys here. And then look, you know, they don't even care. No respect. No respect for nothing. All they want is money. That's all I care about. See? That's all I care about. And then they couldn't make money no more, so they said, well, whatever. Shush, not no way he could clean up the mess. And that's the thing that God's kind of sick of. That's what we talked about a lot on my channel, you know. See, so it's got like the 3 greenhouses. You know, there's a lot going on over here, but it's just being in total neglect. And it's abandoned, like I said. It's in what's called, I mean, this one right now, it probably hasn't had the taxes paid on it in a couple of years. And it's like, so it's in trouble with the feds and the county, because the county has it in abatement too, because they want a lot of stuff fixed out here in order for it to be, for that person, or for it to be sold, you know. But for somebody who is just kind of going to, you know, use alternative measures to make yourself present here, if they clean it up, that's going to look a little differently to the county, because they got messes like this all over the county. And that's kind of stuff that I've been really trying to preach, or preaching about on my channel. And I'm kind of like, reason why I got started doing the channel, because I'm really hoping that we can do something out here, build community for God, you know. And so I'm at my water here. I'm not going to show you guys where I get my water, because I need to work on that. I'm working on it. I have a well. I just need to, with the well, I need to do some work on it to get that working. I need to get some stuff. I need to get a pump, a solar pump, and a tank, because, like, you know. But that's it's not what I drink rainwater. I bathe in my rainwater. But I could use this for everything. I let it settle out in a tank, and it clears up, and then I put some like bleach in there, you know, and sterilize it, and I use that for my dishes and stuff like that. But I try to use everything on my inside of me, like I try to do rainwater, you know, and that's why, because it's just a freaking pond. But once I have my other setup set up, then it'll be I have well water, like I said, you know. And so anyhow, I'm gonna fire this up really quick, and then I'll show you. I'll explain to you guys what I do here. Because my tank is lower than than this elevation wise. So this is higher than where my tank is. And so what I do is I start it up, get my pump running, and then it primes the line here and starts to siphon. And then I can turn my pump off and let it just do it on its own with no gas. It actually works really, really well, you know. And so that's another off-grid living trick. Right there, you guys, big one. And so give me just a second here. Yeah, so what I do is I have 2 valves, and I have this one that goes around. See, it goes around the pump, this pipe. And so this pipe right here goes through the pump. So when I'm pumping it, I have to shut this valve off. I open this valve up, right? And that pumps water out of the pond, right? Gets it going. You can hear it gurgling. Gets it going into my line downhill, because my shit, like I said, it's downhill for me. But then right before I shut the pump off, I have to open this valve and close that valve, and then shut the pump off. And then that diverts it around here, around the pump, because it won't siphon to the pump. You know, see what I'm saying? That's the way you do it. That's how you think smart. Some people don't think about this stuff. You know, it's just true. They don't realize, like, you know, I mean, I know the guys that were here, the people that were here, they tried to pump all their water uphill. But I guess they kind of had to, because, I mean, they were trying to be industrial about stuff, which is ridiculous. Which is how we abuse God's earth, you know, which is what we need to stop doing, because we need to learn how to live like natural beings again. Stop being stupid, you know. It's a really nice piece of jadeite right here. Totally jadeite. Check this out. I'm gonna bring that one home. I need to get a saw. But these might have some good green in them, but that's jadeite. Has that brown skin. But then you can see it in there. I've done the gravity test on this, and I've scratch tested it. But you see, it's just not a good color. It's like gray, a little bit of black. They like the black, but they want black. They don't want gray, the Chinese. But that brown skin on it, that's jadeite. There's some really cool stuff right down in here. Oh man, hold on a second. I knew something wasn't acting right. I gotta fix this. All right, back in action. That's actually good. I'm kind of glad. Because that was a little muddy start. I haven't pumped it this year, so that water is probably pretty muddy coming out. But now it didn't go in my tank. I'm happy about that. There's another little piece. That could be jades. That's why I need to cut it. You know, but there's some good stuff in here. Like that big old piece of quartz right here, see? Now, I don't even think this is quartz. It's really hard. It's like an 8. Somebody put in the comments what that is. Always has this black crust on it. I want to know what this stuff is. Put it in the comments if you know what it is. Here's another piece. I think this is jadeite too. See? Look at this stuff, man. It's just so nice. But I gotta hurry. I told you guys I was gonna do a live at 5. I'm out here dicking around in the woods. That's okay. There's another big ass PC. Very cool. Let's keep this up here. But yeah, so got water, man. A lot of water. Actually, it's kind of nice. That pond was empty. I've been scratching on water. Like I said, I have a well. And so, oh, here's another big mushroom. Look. These things are cool too. And they dry up just like that, kind of. They're pretty cool. See, it's big like my hands. It's cool. But they, what was I talking about? Oh yeah, so I'm glad to see water in that pond. It was empty. That's why I said this summer, it's kind of, you can't really see it, but just like a real sparkly black kind of material. I'm not sure exactly what that stuff is either, but it's cool. Also, so again, if you know anything about rock, ooh, see, I don't know. I don't think this is a hint of the wood. I really don't. But boy, look at that one. Jeez. Look at that. So pretty. Isn't it? Yeah, so are you, okay? So pretty. I don't know, it's kind of fun going on a little forest walk, you know? I don't know if I don't know if the signal's good up here. It'd be fun to do something like that live, but I don't know. The signal is kind of bad in spots. I have pretty good signal at my house right there. So I'm kind of at a high spot. But this is one of those vortexes I talked about. So is up there at the pond. I'll show you all that another day. You can see how these trees they all tilt. I have to get a higher vantage point. But you can see it like around me. They all tilt into the middle here because this is a vortex right here. And I'm standing in the middle of one right now. And you know you're in them because it's kind of hard to stand in them. Like you feel dizzy. Like it makes you feel kind of dizzy standing in them. And like it makes sometimes like walking uphill, you really feel the gravity of the vortex like pulling on you, you know? And it's kind of like, it's pretty wild actually. That's why I was talking about those ones, Confusion Hill, and the other one up in Oregon. Here's this nice material here. Up in Oregon, the magic spot or whatever, they, same deal. And see this, I'm pretty sure this is jadeite right here. Pretty sure. Like I said, but like when you try to identify jadeite, it's not easy because there's like a bunch of rocks. It's in that like Goldilocks zone, but you can see here, this is a great big one. It's really pretty. It'd be so cool to cut giant slabs, cut slabs out of this stuff. It's just so cool. Let's see. But it has that nice green, and it's the same hardness, and it's the same density of it. It's the same density, it's the same hardness, you know. And then we got a lot of blue schist. See. And a lot of people really like the blue schist. Oh, here's some mushrooms. Boom, boom. So a lot of people like the blue schist. I noticed. I was selling rocks on Etsy for a little while. My ex-partner, whatever. And but a lot of people bought the blue schist. It's kind of rare. I didn't really know it was that rare. But here's another little piece. See, like that. That's jadeite. It's just not. They want like green. They don't want that color of green, you know. But that doesn't change it for its healing benefits and healing properties. That only changes it for its monetary stuff. And if we don't attach money to it, then it's just a fucking rock that makes us feel good. And that's a magical item, you know? And that's what we're trying to get back to so that we can speak with the forest again, because we no longer commune with the trees. And so now we're really getting ourselves lost, you know, out here in the matrix that is not real. We're getting surrounded by a false matrix. I talk about that. There's a nice one there. See that? Yeah. Very cool. Big old piece. See, it's like jadeite, I think. I'm pretty sure, positive. Well, it should be. No, it is. I mean, I've had other people tell me that. try to identify it. But they call it California jadeite because, again, everybody's a skeptic, you know. It's always that way. Okay. I don't know, that's where I told that one guy I was having issues with it. I was trying to help him, but I told him to go away. So I hope he's not here. I don't think he is. But this is the house that I've been talking about that I want to figure out how to go about making spiritual ranch bigger with. Do a spiritual ranch expansion. Needs to be cleaned up. I don't know. People, but you can see, you know, it's like it needs to be cleaned up. It's just all sitting over here, messy, and just deteriorating. All this plastic's just going right into the creek, you know. I just want to get it cleaned up, you know. That's part of one of my things I want to do, and then use it. It's like I don't need a space. I have one, but this would be an excellent space for to build a healing community in, you know, because that's what I really want to do with my calling. I mean, that's what I'm trying to do, you know, is get together people who can work together like that. But see, it's just like, it's just not even going to be any good, you know, here like down in a couple years, you know, I mean, even now, it's getting just effed off, you know. And it's got the greenhouses, you know, it's a lot of work. It's a lot of work for just me, but I'm pretty hard worker. YouTube's been keeping me kind of busy, so, but that's good because that's been a healing space that's given me the strength now to understand that this is the mission that Father God. Hey, look at that bird. Oh, bird! Yeah, man, that looked like that hurt. Here, let's help you. Oh, yeah. Okay. That's bird house, I guess. Don't be like that bird. No your windows, you know. So, but see, it's like, I mean, this is a cute little place. It really is. Just sweet, very nice. These ones right here, I think are gonna go in my master bedroom when I finish up I got all my tile and everything for my house. Just to do it. But yeah, man. You know, and it's like so much potential. It's just that it's like so legally gobbledygook that it almost needs to be kind of like force their hand a little bit by making it like presentable, be ahead of the pack, you know. And so it's like when you go to present it to the county, because even if you pay taxes on it, this one has issues with the county, but that makes it you know, a very, for a person like me, that makes it a very desirable piece of property. Because what is wrong with people? But yeah, I really want to just clean it up. I mean, as you can see, it's just like just chaos in here, you know. You know, like the people who are here, they just pulled up roots. You know, it's like I said, it was put in the name of a Bulgarian or like a Eastern European. Usually, like I've explained that on my channel. If you go watch the channel, you know. But it's a space that really, you know, like I keep saying, trying to figure out how to do this thing, you know. And so that's why I went on to YouTube. That's why I started up the whole thing. But I mean, it's ready to go. Like you can't really see, but yeah, you can. I mean, it's ready to go. You know, we just need to get organized and figure out how to go about this. It's good. Of course, it takes coin, you know. But if a group of us was working together, we could pool the coin to do the work that needs to be done to acquire this at a very affordable rate, you know. And that's the truth, you know. So you can see here, a bunch of beds in here, you know, and it's like everything practically, it's like brand new. I mean, even the stuff that's around the place, it's like just needs to be cleaned up, you know. Everything works. The third bedroom. And so it's basically a 3-bedroom house. It's just sitting out here, going to be wasted here. It's going to be destroyed. It's going to be just occupied by bears and by raccoons, you know, birds like upstairs right there, you know. And so this is what I'm talking about on my channel, okay? And so I might have to post this video often. This is a good one for me to post because this is how God works in our life when we let it, you know. And so that was my tour of the northeast wing of the spiritual ranch, you guys. If we pull this together, you know, if like everybody works together right now, and comes up with some solutions here, we have a place to, you know, start building community in a way. This is a cool, really cool outcrops out here, in a way that looks very different to any community that we've seen before in the past, you know, or like in the recent past, because we've been all boxed into these little box houses and shit, and they've taken us out of the wild, out of nature, away from like what it is that really lights that fire of our dragon spirit, you know, and helps us to turn that gas on and live like free, like human beings, like human beings, you know, like human beings, not like people, like two-leggeds, you know. And that's what we need to start remembering how to do, because everything that we're doing, see, and it goes all the way down the mountainside, and it's just going to be like that for eons and eons and eons and eons and eons, and like, and it just, see, it just turns into that, and that's all that empire is that they're building around us. You realize that, you guys? It's not meant to last. It's only meant to make the powerful while they're alive, for the short period of time that they're alive, because they don't believe that they're ever going to come back, kind of. They're just gluttonous pigs who have no faith in God, and so they destroy everything, and we got to stop letting them. There's a really nice piece right there, see? Very nice, man. So, yeah, you guys that want rocks, I could fit a 70-pound rock in a priority envelope. So that's what I think it says, 77 pounds. Now, that's a pretty big rock, so. It is, though. It's a big rock, 77 pounds. That's a lot of rock, so. Oh, here, I need to do something. Another thing I was going to show on those lines here, too, sometimes when you're doing the siphoning, you get airlock on your line. So you got to, like, put a valve in the right spot, but where you might have to bleed it. Might have to go start the pump again because that one line was off of there. I'm going to have to. It's not flowing. So, all right. Well, I'll leave this video here, and then I'm going to get that resolved really quick, and then I can run back down there and do that live read like I said I was going to do. And so I got to hurry now. I'm going to be late. So anyhow, y'all, I love you. My name is Shesh. I'm the Off-Grid Oracle. I'm she who whispers loudly with a sharpened tongue. God loves you. Remember that. Always remember that. They're trying to work with us right now. They really are. You know, it could be ours, but we got to make it happen. All right.